304. Roger.
Alright guys, so we're just testing out a new script that I built. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We're here in the Bell 412 from X-Trident. Awesome helicopter, a lot of fun to fly. And I'm not like a big helicopter guy. This is actually, I think, the first one I've ever bought for X-Plane, and it's well worth the money. Really, really well done. And it's great, flies really well. So what we did here is we modified the search and rescue script from Joe over at VR Sim Labs, and it's a really cool script. You can drop patients on the ground and fly out, pick them up, and a bunch of other things, a lot of load slinging stuff and stuff like that. So I've got my patient on the ground, and we have put the coordinates into our Garmin 750, and he's right off the airport here, so we'll make this quick. And I'll fly out real quick and I'll show you how this script that I wrote works. So here we go. Put the throttle in before I take off would be nice, right?
Good day, Air Canada 868 Heavy, looking climb in EC2 for flight level 230.
Canada 868 Heavy, Center, good morning, climb flight level 290 initially.
Flight level 290, Air Canada 868.
Roger. WestJet 518, climb flight level 370.
So our patient's right out ahead of us here, and we are right around Monterey, California, and I'm not bothering any ATC or anything. Just going to show you guys how this works. This is Orbix True Earth, Northern California, which is awesome. Definitely worth the money. And our patient is right. Oh, there he is, right there. Now they got an ambulance out in the woods. Okay, so there's a couple ways you could do this, and I'll show you at the end of the video. If you just skip to the end, it shows you how the script works. The search and rescue script works without my modification. And you'll see here some things that I did to modify it. So let's find this guy again. The way that I do this is I put open up Pilot to ATC, which is another awesome program, and I find a spot that looks good on the satellite map, put in the lat long into the search and rescue script to spawn my patient, and then I put him into the Garmin GNS 750. You guys are going to have to bear with me here because I lost our patient again. Where did he go? He's got a little flasher on him. Oh, he's up ahead of us, that's why. He's got a little flasher on him. Makes them easy to find, but they're tough when it's in the trees like this. So there he is right there. So what this does is it automates things. So before I start here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my winch operator out there. He's going to tell me when he's ready, then I'm going to lower him down. And then while he's on the ground, he's going to tell me to hold a hover. Hold a hover for about a minute and a half while he loads the patient. When the patient's loaded, he'll tell me that he's ready for me to pull him up, and then we'll pull him up. He'll come up, he'll load the patient into the helicopter and close the door. And normally these are all things that you would have to do with separate bindings or keys, or use the search and rescue window to do it. But here all I have bound is operator out, operator in, and the winch up and down. So when we put the operator out, it's going to automatically put him out there. It's going to put him out there and close the door, or open the door. So here we go.
Stand by, I'm hooking in.
So he's hooked in. We're back there doing some cozy California type shit.
I'm ready, lower the winch.
So he lets us know when he's ready so we can start lowering him. So we'll come down to our patient here. These awesome X-Plane trees, flat. I don't know what they are. Kind of like Christmas cookies, actually. So we'll pull up next to our patient. And we'll start lowering our operator down. He's going down there. It takes him forever. He'll tell us when he hits the ground. Might have ran out of winch. I'm going to go down a little bit here.
I'm on the ground. Hold this hover until I get the patient hooked up and call ready.
So now we'll hold our hover. Look at the clock there. Got to hold about a minute and a half or so. And the hover will vary with your frame rate because it's frame rate dependent. So, and it is adjustable inside the Lua. But the lower your frame rate, the longer you got to hold the hover. For me, it seems to be about a minute and a half. And if you pick them up off the ground, if you're not stable in the hover, he'll tell you when he hits the ground again.
Consider golf off the direction traffic path to insight. Only left is crossing about 5 miles. Consider all over the road. So you with the traffic? Looking north.
Yeah, we're just coming up on a minute. If I look down there, I lose my hover because I suck. That's what I mean. I'm actually going to creep backwards a little bit because I'm too far away. I'd love to add a way to, for the script to tell how far you are from the patient, but I don't know how to do that.
I've got the patient hooked in. Pull up the winch.
So now he's hooked in, we'll pull up the winch. And as you can see, the patient is now gone. He's in transit on the winch down there. They're probably swinging around like crazy. There they are. So winching up. It's kind of cool too. You can actually feel that you've got some weight hanging down there. It kind of affects the way the helicopter hovers. So when he gets up here, he'll let me know and he'll close the door. And here he comes. He's got our patient. And it'll take him a few seconds to close the door there, get him loaded.
The patient is loaded. Let's go.
So they load him up, close the door, gets a lot quieter as you can see. Patient's in the helicopter, and our winch operator and medic are real cozy again. So here we go. Yeah, this Orbix Northern California is great. Really cool stuff. They did a good job with it. Wish they'd do Arizona. Yeah, come back to the airport, turn back upwind.
444, contact departure 128.8, check in with that.
Definitely a mediocre helicopter pilot here, so you guys gotta forgive me. seems like everything happens really slowly with these things, and then all of a sudden you're crashing.
Golf Alpha Romeo to 72,000. Golf Alpha Romeo to 72,000. Golf Alpha Romeo right.
Lucky for me, this thing's got a lot of power, so it's kind of hard to crash it. Plus, I took a lot of fuel out to make it easy, so I don't crash while making this video, which would be my luck. So we kind of taxi over here and drop our patient. Too bad. And here we are. And there's our patient back there, and we can unload him if we want, or do whatever you want to do now. But that's the script. Check the description down below, and I'll have all the links to get all this stuff. You need the I've got the 412 VR menus, which I'll show you here, which is a really good mod from VR Sim Labs. And you can access all this stuff, like we can move the patient around, we can take him out of the helicopter here. Let's see, where's he at? Patient toggle, so we get rid of him there. Oh, I guess I put him in the helicopter. And that takes him out. And there's all kinds of other stuff. We can change the windows, change the crew configuration, all kinds of other stuff. Really neat mod. And then I've got the 412 HP mod. I don't really know what the difference is, but it's the one I've always been using. And obviously the 412, which is a really cool helicopter. So I hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy the script. And so just to show you guys how the SAR script worked before, we've got our SAR control panel up, and what I normally do is I'll find a spot on the map that looks cool, go to pilot to ATC, I'll find the lat long for it, and then I'll plug it in here, hit set, and then hit on the ground, and there your patient appears. And you can put an ambulance with them. It's going to block our view, but we're not going to use that. So this is how you would do this before my script. You would have to open the door and use the control panel for all this. You can also use some X-plane bindings. You can bind any of this stuff if you want. You would put the operator on the hook. You run the operator down. Then you manually put the patient in transport. Then you run the operator back up. And then you put the patient on board, and then you bring your operator in, and then you close the door. So that's how the script works before the script that I wrote. So let's go to our plugins and reload all our Lewis scripts here. And we'll go back to our external view. And we'll start over. We'll turn this guy off, the patient off. So here's how it works now, and I shortened the times a little bit just to make it go quicker. They are adjustable, but from within the script anyway. So we'll put our patient on the ground, and then I have a operator in-out mapped and a winch up-down mapped. So I have a hat, a four-way hat that's mapped. So I'll put our operator out there.
Stand by, I'm hooking in.
So it automatically opens the door, puts him out there. I couldn't figure out a way to open the door first. It just makes it too complicated.
I'm ready, lower the winch.
So when he's ready, he lets you know, and then you drop him down.
I'm on the ground. Hold this hover until I get the patient hooked up and call ready. I've got the patient hooked in. Pull up the winch.
And he does all that automatically. Now I'm going to run the winch up, and he'll come in automatically. So we'll sit there while he loads for a few seconds.
Patient is loaded. Let's go.
And now the patient is in the helicopter. So if you open that up, you see he's in there. So pretty cool. I think it's neat. First script I ever wrote, and it works pretty well, and adds a little more challenge to it. So hope you like it. Merry Christmas. Thanks, everyone.